Welcome to the Minecraft world. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a very interesting creature. Of course, you may think these are very small scorpions. They're not very dangerous at all. It's not like there aren't bigger ones around. This right here is the Emperor Scorpion. The largest and most aggressive scorpion in the entire world of Minecraft. Now, these creatures don't tend to bother with things such as Endermen or things they very well couldn't fight if they were at their full strength. Nor do they fight each other. Emperors tend to live a solitary life. Not only is their skin extremely tough, their pincers are extremely powerful, being able to pinch through the strongest of diamonds. Though children, simply known as scorpions, or desert dwellers by the locals, are quite aggressive on their own. They have the capability to kill things such as the local manticores and jousts, even. Of course, on nights like these, the rocks are flying around plentifully, and don't tend to bother with the Great Emperor Scorpion because, well, we all know how that would end. Now, I would classify these creatures in the same category as spiders due to their 8 legs. And of course, many would ask, how would you hunt such a horrific creature? Well, of course, hunting one is simple. You must need a very strong set of armor, such as ruby or even the fabled ultimate set, crafted from uranium and titanium ingots. Although the beast seems to be much easier to defeat with arrows, seeing as close range will only put you in range of its extremely powerful claws. Now, going appearance-wise, the creature takes on the appearance of a large, black scorpion with green fangs, a green stinger, and big purple eyes, somewhat resembling that of an Enderman, or dweller of that dimension. Now this large aggressive male seems to have a small entourage of its children with it. During the night it'll burrow under the ground, hiding from any sort of dangers. There seems to be quite a few scorpions around tonight. Not only are the scorpions strong, but when there's multiple, well, not many will get out alive. It seems like they're hunting about now. The scorpion will basically hunt anything that's smaller than itself, not letting up for any reason besides possibly over intimidation. Of course, the local village of Farlanders never tends to bother with the powerful scorpions. The scorpions and the Endermen do not seem to have any sort of tensions growing between them, as they for some reason live life together. Of course, capturing one is exceedingly difficult. Without use of a patented crystal trap, it would be nearly impossible to trap one of these large, aggressive scorpions. As we can see here, this one seems to be quite fond of this area, possibly where its burrow is. Now, its scales are fabled to be used on the great and powerful Big Bertha. Simply put, the Big Bertha is a sword legendary enough to kill even the strongest of beings. Now here we have the only 2 mobs that are aggressive enough to even tackle the Emperor Scorpion in a fight. Now, it seems as if they were, of course, stupid enough to battle a creature of such strength. It seems the eagerness of the water dragon and the overall tankiness of the Hercules beetle are the only creatures to ever want to tackle the Emperor Scorpion. Now, these two are obviously certain rare occurrences, as the Emperor seems, as himself, only appears in the desert. He only tends to live in the desert, although on rare occasions, if it's starving, it will migrate to areas where it will fight one of these two creatures. A fight with the Hercules beetle would be long and very hard for the Emperor to win, and a fight with the water dragon will result in the water dragon being utterly destroyed. Now, Emperors do not spawn anywhere else besides the overworld. They don't spawn in any other dimensions, and the only place they seem to keep as residence is the Chaos Dimension, also home to the Nightmares, which are much, much stronger than it. Now, of course, if one were to hunt one of these very powerful desert predators, one would need a very strong set of armor. I would recommend the ruby set, which is craftable with rubies, the ultimate set, which is a much later game item, which can be gotten by farming the other creatures and bosses. I would very much recommend something with very high protection, because the Emperor Scorpion doesn't pull its punches, as one would notice. Of course, the armor itself is quite strong. Another thing I would recommend is either an ultimate bow or a normal bow, preferably with enchantments. If one were to go for the close range, I would recommend a ruby sword or higher. When tackling one of these creatures in the homeless desert, it would be preferable to fight it on its own without the interference of any sort of enderman or scorpions nearby. Of course, due to the scorpion's high defense, it would be recommended to use a very strong sword against them. Dealing instant killing blows to the smaller scorpions is a much more preferred choice than to drag out the fight. Alright, right now I would like to thank everyone for watching this video, and proceeding to anyone who likes this video, I say will be contributing to the growth of this series. And yeah, I kind of want to make this a series. It was inspired by a few other different channels and their monster-themed series, and the general enjoyment of discussing these types of things. I really hope you guys like this series, and be sure to share it with others and get them interested. If you're interested in this series, please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Of course, with that being said, I would like to thank you all for watching very much. Leave a comment on what kind of mob you would want to see next in this series. It'd be very cool to see your suggestions. And with that said, see you next time.